Hello and welcome to a very special edition of Enwins Motorsport. I know the programme has only just started, but already we've got a special. And thank you, first of all, to the Wallasey Motor Club, who have given me passes for the Rally Village for the Wallasey Promenade Stages Rally, which takes place this evening and tomorrow. And I've been given special access to the Rally Village, and I'm going to be taking a look at the cars here. I'm going to be giving you little reports throughout the weekend, and then at a later date we will have a full report on the rally on the Enwins Motorsport programme on the YouTube channel. So please like and subscribe and you won't miss anything, and you will be seeing these little reports on the Facebook page.
Yeah. We'll see you later. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Andrew Knott from Slicks Tyres. I'm based in Sheffield in South Yorkshire. Travelled over this morning, and the event organisers have invited me to come to the rally to supply the on-event tyre service. I've been coming to this event for probably 8 to 10 years now and cover most of the events in the northwest. I cover events in Yorkshire right up to the Scottish borders, and I go right down as far as the furthest south I go is to Bovingdon Tank Museum at Poole in Dorset, and cover events in the east, Brands Hatch, Snetterton, disused airfields, so a good part of the country.
So obviously I've noticed you're virtually first name terms with all the drivers now as well.
Oh yes. So I mean, rallying's quite a small community, so I see the drivers, it's the same faces and the same people at the events on a regular basis. So some of the drivers are already booking tyres for the next event. I'm at an event at Melbourne near York on Sunday after I've finished here tomorrow night, so I'll go straight up there. But there's an event at Three Sisters in Wigan, second weekend of October, so they're just checking that I'm going to be there, or at Harlock near Llanbedr in Wales. So yeah, we get all over and see the same faces sort of every 3 or 4 weeks.
And you're on your own this weekend?
Yes, yeah. So most weekends I do it on my own. If it's really busy, I'm a member of Sheffield and Hallamshire Motor Club, and we're hoping to run a closed road event next year in South Yorkshire. But we had an event at the Army School of Driving at Leconfield near Beverley weekend before last, and my son came and helped me on that because it was a busy event. I'm the sole supplier of the Nankang tyres, which are here for the English and Welsh Formula 1000 Junior Championship. So my lad Oliver, he came along and was helping with that because it was a busy weekend. But most weekends I just knuckle down and do it on my own. So
right, I was going to ask that's my next question. Are you expecting a busy weekend?
Generally speaking, if history repeats itself, this is a good rally and I'm pleased to be here. Yes. So yeah, I should sell quite a few.
So tell me the name of your company, because we're not the BBC, we are allowed to promote.
It's Slicks Tyres. You can see it on the truck, Slicks Tyres in Sheffield.
And do you have a website or a YouTube page or anything?
I'm on Facebook. There will be a new website coming later this year or next year, which will be slickstyres.co.uk.
Well, that's brilliant. Thank you ever so much for talking to us.
Nice to speak to you. The main brand of tyre that I sell is the Hankook, and this is a Hankook it's called a Z205, and that's the pattern of the tyre, and it's a FIA homologated asphalt rally tyre. So this one has the size of it is a 195 530 13. So that means that the width of it is 195 mil, and it's got a 530 mil diameter. It also has the conventional tyre sizing, which is a 205 50 13. So 205 is the overall width of the tyre, but for motorsport we look at the tread width, and we've got three tyres that all appear exactly the same, but we've got the first tyre here is a T32. That's a hard compound tyre, so probably tomorrow, if it's very hot, that's the compound that people will use. There's a T52, but then we go to T72, which is a medium soft. So if it was a bit damp or cold, that's the compound that they would use. And then we have a W72, and that's used predominantly in the winter when it's very cold. It's a very soft compound tyre. So yeah, you'd use it when it's cold, or if it was a little bit damp, or like when we get to Woolton Park in November, if it's a bit greasy on the surface. So the compound is absolutely critical, getting the right compound.
Do you get the drivers asking for advice on the compound?
Oh yeah. So a lot of the time at Leconfield the other weekend, I was saying to drivers, you want to go hard compound, it's a hot day, long 9-mile stages, and they're going, oh no, we'll go on mediums. And then one driver went on hards, and he went 25 seconds quicker over 9 miles on hards. So then all the others, as soon as they see that was the right advice, they're like sheep then, they all follow each other and jump onto the harder compound. So compound is absolutely critical. You see them in Formula 1 and they'll say they're on softs or mediums, and it's exactly the same here. We have 4 compounds, and then there's obviously the wet weather tyres as well.
How do you do? My name's Trevor Groves and I drive this old 1978 Porsche 924.
Now that for me is an inspired choice on a tarmac rally. I know you've done the event before.
Yes, it wasn't a choice on the car for the event. Basically, I used to rally a Sunbeam back in the late 1970s, early 80s. I left for sport, and then in the early 2000s I decided to come back into it. I was going to have another Sunbeam until I saw the price of them. So then I thought, oh, I'll have an Escort then, plenty of them about, and their prices were even more ridiculous, and I wanted something rear-wheel drive. I had this car on the drive as a runaround, and it had done 250,000 miles when I bought it, and so I thought, well, that's rear-wheel drive, which is what I want. So I phoned up Safety Devices, asked them, do you make a roll cage for a 924? They said yes, so that was it, we were sorted.
And what are your memories of the event in previous years?
Well, the first time I did it was in 1986 in the Sunbeam, and it was a very different event then, because when you did the stage you had to come out at the far end and then drive round, go through the town and back to the start line, and that was in the Sunbeam, but we didn't get very far. I think it was only on the second stage we snapped a camshaft. But since 2006, I think it was, we've been coming here nearly every year, and it's just a great event. It's something different. It's good for spectators. It's great for people who have got sponsorship, because so many people see the sponsors logo on the vehicles, and it's just something different. You know, I don't think there's any other event anything like it in the world.
No, it is pretty unique, and for me, it being on the Wirral myself, it's a local event, so it'd be wrong for me not to do it with my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But what are your hopes and expectations for the weekend?
To finish, basically. I mean, the car isn't competitive. You think we're in the same class as Mark II Escorts running Vauxhall red top engines with in excess of 230 brake. That one is 124 brake horsepower at the flywheel, and it weighs the best part of a ton. So we're not competitive, but we just go out for the fun of it.
I was going to say, you're guaranteed a big smile at the end of the stage though, aren't you?
Oh yeah, well it's rear wheel drive, we have a laugh, and that's what it's all about. You know, some people go out to win, we go out to do our best. Our main target is to beat our start position. After that, if we've got the odd class award here and there, mainly by everyone else falling by the wayside, but we go out for the fun of it. And to me, if you're not enjoying it, then what's the point in doing it?
I think that's a perfect explanation and reason for doing it as well. And they're saying this is possibly the last year of the rally. That's
the rumour going round. I know one of the main organisers for the event passed away a couple of years ago, which obviously had a big impact. Also, putting on an event like this, the amount of work that goes into it, especially now more so with the more health and safety aspects coming into it. And I think the problem you've got with motorsport in general, more of the people who are on the organising side are tending to be in their latter years, and the younger people coming through aren't interested on the organising side. They all want to go out and play.
Yeah.
And so you're not getting the people following on to carry on doing the organisational work.
And And how far have you travelled to come down?
We're not far. This is fairly local for us because we just live in Abergele, North Wales, so it's just a drive down the road. But we've travelled basically the other side of the country, going over to Lincolnshire, Buxton Heath, Twyford Woods, up to Wheaton, Wigan, to Croyce, Harlech. They're the main venues that we go to. And of course, now you're getting more and more of a closed road events coming in, because really this must be the first closed road event in the UK. Maybe not with the Isle of Man, but as far as on the mainland. And it would be a shame for it to go. But like I say, the closed roads seem to be taking over more now. The only downside is because of all the organisational work and the costs, the entry fees are starting to rocket up. And for a lot of the small competitors who haven't got sponsorship, and even those who have got a small sponsorship deal, it makes it harder for them.
Hi, I'm Ben Ruff. I'm navigating in Car 2 today.
So one of the favourites for the event, I take it.
I would hope so, yeah. I hope so. We're going to give it a good try anyway.
Now, the Darien is one of my favourite rally cars.
Yeah.
I mean, I think everybody's got a soft spot for the Darien. How long have you been running this one together?
He's had it for a couple of years now, I think, and this is his 5th event in it. So yeah, he won the last time out in Anglesey. So this is the first time I'm actually sat with him today. Yeah.
So feeling good or nervous? Or?
Yeah, no, feeling good. A bit nervous from last weekend. We had a bit of an off in Rally Bay, but yeah, it should be good.
So tell us a little bit more about the car. Do you know what engine it's running? Or?
Yeah, it's running the Millington, the latest spec Millington, with a Hewland gearbox then on paddle shift. So yeah,
they've got pretty well the best spec.
It's as good as it can get, really. Yeah.
And how far have you travelled to get to the event?
So we're from Aberystwyth and in Mid Wales. So.
Right. So my favourite part of the world as well. So,
Yeah.
So I take it you've been to the Bond stages and...
Yeah, I've been up there. I was doing slip and grip, have taken over, so I was competing in that last year. Not in anything like this, in a bit lower spec. So.
And well, I mean, obviously wishing you all the success for the weekend and so on. And well, we'll definitely be rooting for you. I'll be doing reports throughout the weekend on my YouTube channel on Facebook as well.
That's
so
great. Thank you.
We'll keep an eye on what you're doing and hopefully you'll come out first.
Perfect.
I come down and then he was like...
How was the first 2 runs last night? I think it was dark by the time you got out, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was dark when we got out. Struggled a bit in the dark. Couldn't see where the entrances were or the exits. And we had a couple of stalls on the first stage coming out of the hairpins. So that cost us a bit of time. The second stage went better. We took 9 seconds off our first stage time then, so got a bit of work to do today.
So where are you lying at the moment?
14th when we finished last night, so yeah.
So you're climbing back up?
Climbing back up, yeah.
Right, well good luck for today.
That's great, thank you.
We'll catch up with you later.
Perfect, thank you.
Good morning. How was last night, the first 2 stages?
Interesting. The chicanes were very tight for us. Apart from that, it was a good night. Good fun. I see we've got a nice sunny Wallasey this morning, which should make it interesting. There seemed to be quite a war of attrition on the other competitors. On the first stage we went round, there were 2 broken cars on one of the hairpins, and so that cost us a bit of time. But then everyone who was following us, it was costing them as well. So, it's the same for everyone, really.
So any idea where you're lying at the moment?
I haven't a clue. We never really bother looking at the results, because I feel when you're competing, if you're looking and I'm only 2 seconds behind him, or I'm only 5 seconds ahead of him, then you don't tend to drive on your ability.
Yeah.
You're trying to drive against someone else and their speed, and that's when you're going to come a cropper.
Yeah.
So the only time that we look at the results is at the end, and that's it basically.
Well, best of luck for today.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
We'll see you out there.
Right.
Okay, my name's David Burns, New Brighton Prom Rally. First stage here, we broke a drive shaft, not good. Managed to get it through to the end. Second stage, we changed tyres, repaired the shaft. Fabulous. So looking forward to today.
Working your way up the grid.
We'll have to try and work our way up the grid. It depends how fast everyone else is. I haven't done this for 6 years, so we'll have to see what happens.
Best of luck.
But I'll be trying hard.
Best of luck for today.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm Martin Fox, and I'm in car 37, Porsche Cayman.
Now, it's an unusual car to bring. What was how did you come to the Cayman as a...
I have a Cayman road car, which I've had for 13 years. Well, when I built this, I'd had it for about 10 years, and it's such a good car. I still have it, and it's the longest time I've ever owned a car in my life. I just knew the handle so well and drive so well that obviously they would probably make a nice rally car, something different. I always like to have something different.
And it sounds fantastic as well.
Yeah, well, it's got a new engine in it, built by Hartech in Bolton, and it does sound like it's a bit of a screamer.
So how did the first 2 stages go? Because it's pretty dark by the time you got out there.
Yeah, what happened was on stage 1, I thought I'd switch the auxiliary lights on, which is the light bar on the bonnet on the front, but it turns out halfway around I realised that the light bar wasn't on, and it's when you're driving quick, it's hard to look down at the switches and see what was wrong. And in actual fact, I hadn't switched the auxiliary light switch on. So we went around with stage 1 just on the headlamps on high beam, which is not particularly good. The headlamps aren't brilliant. So we lost quite a lot of time just not being able to see far enough. On stage 2, I got the lights on properly, and we went 14 seconds quicker.
That's not inconsiderable.
It's a considerable amount, yeah.
And any idea where you're lying at the moment?
Yeah, we're 26 overall.
So you're
on equal 25th actually. Yeah.
So you're doing quite well, because you start number 37. So you're working your way up.
Yeah, I mean, I said before the start of this rally, if we got into the top 20, I'd be happy with that. Really, these days with the competition that's out there.
So given the now you're familiar with you've got a full day of daylight, looks a bit damp.
Yeah.
So
I think we'll be all right. I think we're as long as we don't have any technical problems, we're likely to move up towards top 20.
I wish you the best.
Looking forward to it. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, Mark Holmes.
And the car doesn't need any introduction.
No, it's old iconic car. 15 years I've owned it for, and I've still got it.
How are you doing?
I think we're 15th. I've not driven it in anger for probably 3 years now, and we did a meet at Cadwell, which wasn't good. But I should get to grips with it this morning, hopefully.
Oh, you've got a few stages today, and
yeah, you
got the dark to deal with.
Yeah, I got a few stages. I can see where I'm going now tonight. So
it looks a bit damp today. Is that going to affect things?
Yeah,
for you? I suppose you've got an advantage with the.
Four-wheel drive, and I've got some sticky tyres on it, so yeah, we'll go out and enjoy it.
So you're aiming for top 5, or?
I need to go faster, but I don't want to drive it 10 temps. It's worth too much money in it.
Yeah.
I don't want to get carried away with it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a beautiful car, and everyone says, "What are you doing with it? Taking it out?" But no one seems to run anymore. But it's in my garage. I'm just like, you know what? It's coming out. I put some seats in it the other week, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna get back out in it.
I do all the filming for Lombard Rally.
Right, yeah.
And they're always looking for, it's the same story. The people can bring them out, but they're not time stages, so they can have a bit of fun without risking.
Yeah, see, I'm still a little bit competitive, so.
So, any other plans for this year, or is it just this for now?
Not really. We tend to go out in the Fiesta and do the Prototype Championship and that, and when you jump from a modern car to that, you're like, oh my God, it is literally like driving a tractor.
It is, because it's very agricultural. You've got the big diffs and the
dog box, and it just clogs and bangs. And if you went out in it, you'd be like, what on earth's wrong with this car? Because everything just vibrates. There's no mountings on it, or it's just everything solid mounted. So.
And basically you've got to drive it something close to 8 tenths before you can get what the car's capable of.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, they nearly caught me out last night when it woke me up. I was like, Jesus.
I did an interview with Jimmy McRae, and I've done an interview in Scotland with Mr. Hamilton.
All right, yeah.
And both told me pretty much the same thing. The car's trying to kill you.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
It can let go at either end at any time.
Yeah, it's done it a few times. I studied around here.
But when you hook it up, it's the best thing.
Oh, it's brilliant. Yeah, it's a brilliant feeling. So I think we were winning a couple of years ago, probably 4 years ago. I think it was winning. I clipped a curve on it. On the second loop, we just clipped some gravel and it went flying around and ripped the wheel off it. That was it. It was game over. But I've done a few circles in it. Yeah, been lucky.
It's a beautiful car. I wish you all the best.
Yeah.
I'm going to pop by from time to time during the day, and I'll see how you're getting on.
Yeah, cool.
I'm car 2, Gareth Edwards. Ben Ruff is navigating for me.
And you're currently 5th?
We're currently 5th. Yeah, we were battling for the class win with Will Owens in car 12, but we've been held back with a car in R5 then, which was slower than us. We wouldn't pull in, so we followed him round, and I managed to pass him. So yeah, we dropped a lot of time on that one. We dropped about 11 seconds, we think. And yeah, we had a clean stage on the last stage then, with 2 stages to go. So yes.
2 stages to go. What are your aspirations now?
Just enjoy it and just keep our place. I don't think we'll go. We're 17 seconds behind the class lead now instead of 7. Well, 6. We could have done it, but we've just been held up, and that's the way it goes, isn't it?
There's a lot of attrition. I've been up and down the paddock, and there's plenty of people with gearboxes.
Yeah.
Drive shafts gone.
Yes.
Engines.
Yeah.
It's very attritional on the.
Yes,
the
it is.
gear.
But no, I'm enjoying it. It's a different venue for what I've been doing. It's my 6th rally in this car. So yeah, yes, but enjoying it. Yeah.
And you're getting team support from Tim Duffy as well?
Yes, that's Tim's come up with us this time to keep the cars going. And there's 8 Darians out altogether in the field. So yeah, he's been running around them all. Fair play to him. Yeah, he builds a proper Darian. The boys down in Wales, yeah, proper build car, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, and they built. And they're capable of R5 beating, really. It's proved. So yeah, great.
And what's next for you with the car after this?
We're heading up. Well, we're going to Harlech next event, just out in Wales. So we're going to do that. It's the 2nd time for me to do it. So it was one of the first events I did last year. So we came 2nd on that in this new car. So yeah, hoping for the next number. Hopefully 1, but we'll see how it goes. Well,
I wish you best of luck, and coming from 15th to 5th, it was fun watching you work your way through the field.
Yeah, we had a bad start last night. We came up, everything was positive. We went out to the night stages. The local boys and the boys who did it before really had the knowledge. And we lost out a bit, but we came out undamaged, and yeah, we just said, right, we'll plant on tomorrow, and we managed to climb up the field then. So we're back in 5th overall. We can't take 4th now, so we'll just battle on in it and try and get a fastest. Well, on the last stage we were joint 2nd fastest with the top boys, you know, battling, so I'm quite happy with that. So if I can keep it up now on the last 2 stages, I'll be very happy. Job done. Yeah.
Well, excellent. Yeah. Thank you very much for talking to us.
No problem. Thank you.
It's flying into the sun. It's the Red Baron.
So welcome back. We're just a few minutes away now, just doing our final safety checks before we start on a total of 33 minutes 52 seconds, just 3 seconds behind us, Nigel Gibbard in that Italian. Nigel Gibbard has been leading the event pretty much all day today, not last night because that was our Wesley Simpson. That's we won the event.
Well, at the end of a fantastic weekend and a brilliant event, it's been quite attritional. The rain that we had first thing today on the 2nd day has cleared, and we've had sunshine most of the day. It's been quite attritional in regards of engines, gearboxes, drive shafts have been snapping left, right and centre, and it's been a brilliantly organised event, and very sad if this is the last one, but hopefully you've enjoyed our coverage, whether you're watching the shortened rally report or the longer full programme on the rally. I shall attempt to find out the results and print them at the end of this, but please like and subscribe, and we look forward to seeing you in the future. given special permission to come here to Pro Drive to film a car that was driven by one of my rallying heroes, Jimmy McRae.
And you know, it was a year I'm glad I never missed. The first time I drove the Metro was from the van to the scrutineering at the breakdown rally, yeah.